Hello, everyone. Welcome to A Wicked Lifestyle. I am Nina Adora Wicked, and I'm trying to get set up a little bit here. How's your week been? Let's start there. It's always a good place to start when you know you have a lot that you are wanting to get through. I didn't put in the headphones that you want to get through. It's nice to ask other people how their week was. That way you can gather thoughts. Let's see if we can connect. Are we connected? I believe we are. Uh, so I don't have a whole lot set up right now. Let me put this down. And because, let me, because I'm not going to be able to look at myself anymore after this because I'm not going to do it in the same way that I normally do things. I don't have to look at myself. I'm not that vain. I mean, I am, I guess, but I'm not. However, before I ditch this screen, because I don't think that we can, the only thing that's going to come up on the screen once I bring the iPad up is my iPad screen. So, what am I looking for? Recents, not recents. Let me go to file. Okay. There. Scan that QR code real quick and join me on Discord so that you can get some of my freebies. And while you're at it, before you scan the QR code, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I really do appreciate you watching my videos. All right. So I am going to leave all of this the way that it is. I had this sitting up. I may continue to leave it sitting up. I don't know. I bought a keyboard for it as well, but that is in a different room. I got okay, this is the back of it. I could put my hand through the strap of it like I could with the other one, the case that I bought for it. And it has a stand so that I can stand it and I can turn the stand and the strap so that it can be in portrait view the way that it is now or in landscape view, and I can hold it either way. Um, the stand on the other one it had broken, so let me make sure I can see a clock, keep some time. I have some coffee right here, and let me go ahead and turn it on. Why does it keep on telling me that I need to trust my computer and do the screen mirroring? And then there we are. I'm on a white page, but I wanted to share something since it's a chit chat. I wanted to start from last Friday because I went bowling after. And the most interesting thing happened, not at bowling. There was a little boy there. Um, he, I don't need to see the screen to tell you the story. He was nonverbal, but he was expressive. And we were kind of like our turns would come up at the same time. So I would have conversations with him or whatever. And then on one of my turns, I went ahead of him. So I didn't wait for him and I only got one pin. And I was like, dang, I should have waited for you. And then I waited for him the next time, and then I picked up the spare. So I knocked all of the pins down. And it's not considered a strike if you don't do it on the first time. It's considered a spare. Um, and so later on, when I finally got home, I ended up hanging out with my friend for a little bit. We went to TGI Fridays with two of the other members of because we went with the African American Alumni Club, and two of the other members, the president and her mom, um, we went and hung out with them. And I keep forgetting that the mom, she has like this calm, gentle energy. And the daughter, she doesn't kind of care for my friend too much. And I'm like, because I was on the bubble, because listen, she wanted to throw me under. Like, why are you doing this? For what? Saying snide comments. And I'm like, I'm thinking that we're friends, but I don't know if you understand what it means. And sometimes I feel like I'm still learning that myself because I don't have people around me, but you doing a lot. Like, I'm not going to try to make people feel bad. That's not my MO. I don't do that. I don't want to make anybody feel bad. I'm good at it when I need to be, but I don't really need to be. I feel like I am better at lifting people up. So I would prefer to do that because it makes me feel good too. So I didn't say anything to her when she made her little comment, though I'm like, you, my feelings, I'm allowed to be hurt that you let all this time go by. I mean, I know I had words, but you let all this time go by because what? And then you want me to come back and we whoop, 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 whoop. Like, we had just met a month before her birthday. I'm getting to the rest of the story, but this is part of it because I'm dealing with stuff. But I spent a lot of money on a gift for her birthday, you know, and that was just because I mean, well, really it was a birthday credit on one of my subscriptions, my Fenty subscription. I let her use one of my credits, but that was $60. I shouldn't be telling y'all the amounts because that's trivial. Um, but and then I spent a few extra dollars in addition to um, the credit because I got her something that she wanted that wasn't included with using the credit. So I was like, okay, or whatever. Christmas come, no word from her for Thanksgiving. She invited me over for Thanksgiving, and then on Thanksgiving Day, didn't hear from her. Didn't hear from her on Christmas. She knew that I was moving into a new apartment. She came to my apartment last month in August for the first time. And my birthday done passed. We had her birthday today. Am I calling? No. Am I texting? Also, no. I will see you at the next event because I have to give myself boundaries. I want people to treat me the way, I, I want to say I treat people the way that I want to be treated. So if I'm doing nice things, I mean, if you're not that person, okay, fine, but I'm gonna pull back a whole lot because I feel like it is at some point you taking advantage of me, especially when you want to like say snide shit, like whatever. But anyway, we hung out. We ended up going to the casino. I lost money, but it's okay. I'm still playing on the same $200 that I initially pulled out of my account when I started a couple of months ago. So it's in the budget. It's in the budget. Okay, and then so after that, I came home, and I was sitting outside and I was looking at the moon, and I don't know what, I was thinking to myself, the moon is always in a rush, much like myself. I'm always rushing for some reason, it seems like. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just chill out here. It's a nice night, and I will wait until the moon is out of my peripheral. Since I live in an apartment, my balcony kind of frames the sky, so I can only see so much. So I was like, I'll stay out here until the moon leaves my peripheral since it's moving so fast. And I thought of the little boy. I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait for you. And so I did, and I think I took a photo, and something came back to me because y'all know I watch my little tarot videos. I don't. I still feel like I want to get more involved in my own tarot cards, but I don't have the time right now. If that doesn't resonate with you, please don't get upset about it. Just leave it where it is. It just doesn't resonate with you. It's okay. It's okay. We all have different paths to walk. We all have different callings in life. Everybody's path does not look the same. It's quite all right. It's okay. So I went outside. That's a confirmation that that was true. I went outside and I sat there and I watched the moon set. So I'm gonna send you these pictures um, on the first night, and I was so amazed. I The moon and the trees. I'm gonna show it to you. Oh, I turned off my Wi-Fi last night. Let me turn it back on because I was trying to bring up a web page and it wasn't working, and I thought it had to do with Wi-Fi. However, it did not. And so I had watched one of my tarot videos, and the one thing that I like about her is that she writes her thoughts down. Like if she feels like it's a message that she has to say, which I get, I think a lot of things. I don't necessarily feel like I want to say it all. But when I start writing and something feels like this is something, a message that you actually have to deliver, not just to yourself. So I'll get on my YouTube and be all emotional about it or whatever. That's part of it. I have to cry and bleed apparently. And I will tell you what it is. And apparently Texas is listening. Hey, Texas. um you don't gotta listen to all of it, but thank you for listening to the part that matters. I appreciate you. But anyway, oh, I sent it to the wrong computer. um I should send it to my I should airdrop it to my iPad. Wrong. Wrong. And so I'm gonna try. Oh, I keep doing the same thing. Don't do that. Well, it did go there. Let's see if we can. Is it named the same thing? Is this the new iPad? It's plugged into my computer. Anyway, and so she writes her messages down and then she tries to review it because thoughts are fleeting. And if you don't write them down, you may not remember them. And if you don't remember them, you definitely can't connect them. So she writes them down to be able to connect her thoughts. And if it's confusing to her, she'll ask a question to get clarification or whatever. And she tries to sort it out. And sometimes it doesn't necessarily make sense to her. And she'll say that. She was like, this doesn't make sense to me, but it might make sense to somebody, who it's pertaining to. And I'm like, actually, all of everything you're saying kind of makes sense to me. And so I enjoy watching her. I don't watch this all the time because I feel like if I'm watching it all the time every day, then it doesn't feel as authentic or genuine for me. Like it's not, I get my messages direct. Like I'm telling you right now, this is a direct message. Um, and so, did they come up? I didn't see them come up. Let me try to bring them up. I have not set up my iPad yet. It's still the same one. Okay, yeah, I was trying to make some stickers. So this was the second night. Anyway, her message was knock three times. I'm gonna start at the beginning. It's blurry. This is zoomed all the way in. And her message was that she received was to knock three times. And I know that in this journey, I've called for help twice specifically. Help, out to the universe, whoever is supposed to be listening or, maintaining the world or God, whomever, somebody needed help. The first time I did it, Las Vegas flooded, and I didn't even realize that it was me, and that's when I started to, like I knew I had little power. Like when I walk by the trees, I can, the wind blows and stuff like that, and I'm like, ooh, that's my energy. You see now how people have that trend where they're standing out by the tree, and they're like, tree, if you can hear me, touch my shoulder, and the tree moved over. I'm like, oh my goodness, they catching up. But anyway, I flooded the town because I was crying that day and I scribbled out really hard because I was angry and frustrated. I know it was summer, so I don't recall all of the details, but it was summer and it was kind of monsoonal. I don't remember the season. Anyway, I wrote a song. I was making a song. It was called Electronica. And then I went outside. It was probably summer because it was warm enough for me to sit outside and do my music, create my music. This was before AI got big. I was making this in GarageBand. And I remember the song is called Electronica. And I just put all these different instruments and sounds like into it, and it doesn't sound like typical music. It's very, very, very alt. Um, and I um, played it back, and then I could hear the wind blowing to specific parts and instruments, the thunder going off at its time. It was like it was in sync with the music. Like the rain would get heavier at a certain part. And I was like, no, I'm tripping. So I played it back and it did the same thing again. And I was like, okay, cool. So then a couple of months ago, well, it wasn't even a couple, yeah, it was about a month or two ago. It was fairly recently. I asked for help. And I saw that it was when I put that the light is coming to give back everything the darkness stole video. I was like, I'm going to answer the call. And so I was like, but I know I cannot do whatever it is I'm supposed to be doing by myself. And so I asked for help. And then, and I happened, because usually, like, I enjoy the nighttime sky. I want to see the star that's getting ready to explode because it's in my field of view. If it goes off in my field of view, how wonderful would that be? Anyway, I sit out there, but a lot of times, if I'm just needing to wind down or I'm still half asleep and I just need to be out there with the fresh air and nature, it's like meditation. My eyes are closed. And so the flash was so fast that if I had closed my eyes, I would have missed it. So that was help. But anyway, I feel like I have enough of a connection with the universe to be able to communicate. So I'm waiting on the moon to set. And then the moon gets behind the trees. And I'm like, oh my goodness, do you see that? It looks like an eye. Actually, I can't show you about where it was, but it looks like an eye in the trees. And I was like, oh, this is really about the trees because, I mean, I guess, I was like, this is from the trees, a gift from the trees. I don't know, both. The moon is like, it's not about this star, it's about me. I don't know. There's a whole dialogue in my head. But it was down a little bit lower in a different space. So this is night two. And because I thought of the girl on night, I thought of her on night one, what she has said, knock three times. But remember when I was saying that I saw the clouds in the sky and it looked like the number three, and I saw it twice, and then I saw the video of the, I guess, the UAPs in formation, and it looked like a bow and arrow because I noticed that the formation looked like a three. Um, and then on the third time, it was about to start forming that three, but it did not. And so I thought of that. So I was like, okay, on the second night, I'm gonna take a photo of it to see if the first night, it looked like a for real eye. It was down closer to the roof of the house on the right in that open space. But it was illuminated and it looked like an eye. And I was like, okay, this is going to happen three times. So on the second night, which this is, I remember to take a photo of it. Um, and I took it without zooming out this time, but it was in a different spot. And then on night three, the trajectory was different. So it didn't even go through the trees. So I'm like, okay, but it was the whole wait for me and knock three times. That is my story. That's all. And I do have more stories, Api. Uh, but so about this week, that really stood out to me about last Friday. I don't ever really get to tell you about what occurs after, um, like later on Saturday and Sunday, unless it's significant. That's the weird thing about recording a vlog or a plan with me on a Friday. Mhm. So I'm going to show you this and talk about it while I am putting it together so that I can manage a time. I really did write this in this morning about 30 minutes before I started. I'll share with you my gratitude. I am grateful that I never gave up on my project and that great things are about to come into fruition. And my affirmation, I am allowed to say no to any person, situation, or experience that makes me feel anxious. And I put, can I get coffee first? Because there's a whole story behind it. But while I'm telling you the two stories, I am going to, I was making some stickers, but it wasn't working the way I wanted to. And I was like, I'm too tired for this, so I need to allow myself to rest. So I stopped. Next week is the week that I have to do all of my stickers so that I can be prepared for October. So I can just make it later. It doesn't have, I wanted to have it all ready for this video, but the answer is no. Um, and so what I'm going to do is find the background. So as far as my gratitude goes, the reason that I wrote that is because I've been working on my project for 5 years. And every time I go into our innovation lab, I go to that class. Okay, on the first day of class, the instructor, the professor told us, or he gave us an activity. He was like, build the tallest tower, and he gave us two pieces of paper. There should be more though. That's where I got caught up last week. And didn't want to look for them. Sorry, I did not pull this together prior to this. I have been so busy with work and just exhausted. Y'all want a picnic? Do we like this? I can put all white text over that. Is it too dark? Let me see what else we have first. Um, we already used one of the gates. There's another one. I want to believe there are more than that because I'm not seeing the ones that I used prior to these last 2 weeks. So everybody else folded up paper, and they tried to build the tallest tower. Me, myself, I could not. And so I drew on the paper. And then I'm going to leave this small for now. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, let me go into pages. I'm doing split view from the 3 dots at the top of the screen. And then I'm going into my pages. It's telling me what's new. I'm just going to pull up a new, just start writing. That's all I want to do, pages. Thank you. You can't see my split screen. I'm not sure why that is. However, I have held down the image in Goodnotes and then I've dragged it into my pages. I am clicking on the paintbrush in the top right hand corner of the screen. I am scrolling down to where it says style and ensuring that it's selected. I'm going to select the opacity and then I'm going to bring it down to 25%. And then I'm going to hold down the less opaque photo in Pages and I'm going to drag it over to Goodnotes. And now you can see that the difference of what I just made. All right, and I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to make this one smaller, close that back up, and I think I'm going to have my notes or my weekly on that side this week. So I'll leave it there. Now I'm going to collect my, I have to open, is it? Okay, so I'm going to use Retro Planner Code, Essential Widgets, same ones. And then I have I'm going to open, you won't be able to see this apparently. I'm going to open my files and open the another sticker set that I have saved into my files from Retro Planner Co. If I can find them. They may not be where I think they are. Okay. I don't know what it is called. I should look for it on, I think this is it. Yeah, Essential Widgets. And we're going to use white widgets, I believe. You can't see this, but I'll bring them over. I'm upset that you can't see it. Never mind though. What is this? Oh, that's more like a pill. I'm gonna bring my weekly focus over. I'm not gonna be able to see this now that I think about it. Not yet, at least. Or what I can do is I'm going to go home and then I'm going, oh, I didn't even have to go home. I could have just gone to the templates. Templates, blank black, copy, copy page, and then let's go back to our daily, and then I can paste the page after. I should have pasted it before. Either way, let's copy this. Oh, I need to select the tools, turn them back on. Come on now. Okay, copy and then paste it on the dark page. Oh, yeah, I like that. And now when I slide over and do split view and bring up my good things, I can copy from my files and paste. Okay, that works. And then that way I'll be able to see them. And I kind of like the dark screen as well. I'm not going to put a daily focus, breakfast, lunch, or dinner or a snack. Let's put a list that I'll probably end up cropping, copy. Okay, I'm not going to narrate every single thing I'm doing. However, I will finish telling you the story. So there's a kid in the class, and I like top three. He is very competitive. And so since I decided to be lazy because I had work that day, I just took the two papers and stacked them together and drew um, the the tallest tower. And the instructor was like, I've never seen anyone do that before, blah, 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 or whatever. And then he referred to it as divergent thinking. So the kid has been, I have some appointments this week. I have to, oh, I didn't email my committee, my committee member. Oh, I should put paste instead of copy. How about that's not what I want? How about that's also not what I want? Cancel. Okay. All right. And so he's super competitive. And that's not what I wanted. What did I want? These appointments, or I'll just put meetings. They're not really appointments. I mean, they are, but they're meetings. I prefer that. Mm. Okay, and he's super competitive, and so he likes to take the lead, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. You go ahead. It's okay. I don't need to be in control of any situation. We've already discussed that. I like those morning, evening, and afternoon boxes. Yeah, because I have time this week to actually do stuff. So I need to make sure that I have a focus. Did I copy it? And oh, I didn't get afternoon. And that may be enough. Um, let's see if she just has any regular boxes. Here's our weekly. We need this, don't we? We do. Okay, uh-oh. Okay, and so he likes to be competitive, and the instructor always seems to want to group us together. in the same group. And I'm like, why though? Why? Why are you torturing me this way? Okay, that's enough. I do want to bring this over so I can copy it. Um, and so the boy is just obnoxious. Like he acts like he pretends to know, like he knows everything. He just wants to make himself seen. I get it. It's okay. I'm not upset, truly. But it's like he shuts down women, and I will say that he is a young man who is um like he's LBG. He's pretty. Let me put it like that. I don't feel like being politically correct. I can barely speak. I had a long week. I told you all about my week, right, at work. No, that's my affirmation. But anyway, um, he wants to always, you know, make himself look good, and he's not concerned with anyone else. So it's him, it's about him. And he has to be the leader. And again, that's okay, but don't try to stifle me on account of you feeling like you gotta compete with me. I'm like, I already told you how I feel about people attempting to compete with me. You can try, but that doesn't mean you'll be successful. I want to copy one of these energy things, and I should delete that page. Oh, but it's not white. And that means but it's gonna go. Is it gonna matter? Okay, it won't matter because it's gonna go inside of a date box anyway. Okay, and so I am like, I don't want to have to be bothered with all of this. So I just let him do him. He didn't realize that before he came into class, I had a discussion with the instructor to let him know that I was kind of tired anyway because I worked all week at the convention. So I didn't want to participate in class that much. Not really. I'm going to crop this box right here. She had one with three, and I could have just used that one. I prefer them sectioned in three. That works better because that's my magic number, apparently, one of them. And then I'm just going to duplicate it. Okay. And I will have my weekly focus right here. We can have this right here and another. And because I don't think this needs to be that big. Let me move everything up though. Yeah, and so he competes with me a lot. And like literally every class, I'm like, it's exhausting. I'm tired. Like, I'm super tired. Please leave me alone. Um, but this time, he went so far as to say, because whenever he gets out of hand or whatever, the instructor will bring up that first little test about being divergent, apparently, um, to shut him down because I don't think like everybody else. I really, truly do not. So it's good. Um, this is not, I could put some more stuff on here, huh? It looks like I could put a lot more stuff on here. Ooh. Um, but not yet. Let me move some things around. And so he kind of just shut him down a little bit. I will have these down here. By bringing up that first assignment, but I'll be so over it. This one's a little bigger. Um, but anyway, so that, let me see if I can match up the circles. I'm not going to be perfection planning here. Okay. And then let me do this one to this one. Is it too big or too small? It is too small. Okay. And so, because I really enjoy the class, I have 3 meetings at the very least. I should have 4. Um, if I meet with my chair next week, I should be meeting with her next week, but I'm going to make sure I schedule the appointment for this coming week. And then I have I'm going to do it this way. Duplicate. Wait, I don't want to duplicate it crooked. Duplicate. I have my affirmations and my gratitude. I didn't leave any room for any dolls. I did not. But let me bring one in. I'm going to just bring in one okay, let me do this so that I'm not making you dizzy. I apologize. I'm going to turn my tools off and I am going to click the month of September, and then I'm going to scroll this way because I want these to I have to turn the tools back on. Anyway, moving on from the kid who annoyed me. That was why I'm just grateful that I hadn't given up on my project, because I've been working on it for more than 5 years. And for somebody to like try to make me feel like I don't deserve where I am is quite annoying. Um, it's super annoying. And let's get the other girl. I'll move these over this way some so she can fit over there. Let's get her partner in crime. Okay. And that way we can just keep it simple. And then do this and go back like that. All right. And paste it. And we are good. Okay. And those are the only 2 dolls I'm going to have. And then let's make our screen like they're in the park. I feel like if I can change this. I Let me change the tool. I can make her a little bit bigger, and that way she can look like she's standing there, and I can bring her down and move this pill up here. I will have to move some of this over. I can make it a little bit smaller. Okay. Right there is good. And then I can put her right here, like she's at the park too. I typically don't do a whole lot on the weekend, so it's not a big deal if she's covering that. Um, yeah, but that is the spread. I'll continue messing around with it and finish telling you my stories. Um, Come on. But it's not a text box. Ugh. Okay. It's an image. Why everything is on top of that bottom image? Please allow me to work. Sometimes you have to really, let me make sure it's sent to the back. Undo. Let me squeeze it back down. Tap it. Arrange. Send to back. Even though, oh, I want to make this the same size because I didn't really do my sort of the same size. It's fine. Um, oh, and I was going to move it up a little bit so that I can move this up a little bit. Right. Okay, and then I have to duplicate those energy pills. Let me resize and duplicate. So anyway, that was what my gratitude was about. I've been working on my project for 5 years. Do not come at me. But he made the snide comment that somebody might try to steal it, which we've already talked about that. Somebody already tried. They were not successful. But once again, thank you for making me feel like my project is valid because it's worthy enough to be stolen. Cool. But then at work, um, I had a woman come up to me. Okay, so here's the thing. I do alternative medicines for myself. Um, I'll just wait to bring her to the front. And my placebo medication that I take is um what do you call that stuff? Baking soda. And so it bloats you. And so the woman, she felt the need to, that's the spread, y'all. Y'all want me to continue and put some words in here? If I move this over just a tad, I can move these over just a tad. And she just felt the need to come start telling me how to do my health and, unsolicited advice, stuff I didn't ask for. And then I can move these over too, because the time of the appointment might be necessary. Uh-oh, undo. But and I'm standing up here because I get it a lot, especially from Black women who think I'm supposed to be them, spend my money on the same things that they spend their money on. Yes, my wig is old and raggedy. I know that. But I like to spend my money on tech, not clothes. I mean, I like to dress nice, but I don't necessarily spend my money on clothes. It's typically tech. But one was like, you could tell she don't have no money or whatever, something. She doesn't have any money. You could tell. And I'm like, so what? Is it any of your business? Why is it even any of your business? Please let me know. I need to know right now. I'm gonna make this text white. I probably have to do it from this screen. Yeah. And so I don't really necessarily pay any attention to that. I get all kinds of crazy treatment. Um, oh, because I don't like every day we have to be there early and I come with my makeup on because I don't want to be in public looking like this. So, yes. And so that makes me fake. That makes me phony, this and that, just stuff. People gonna find everything wrong with you that they want to find wrong with you just because it don't necessarily have anything to do with me. I've accepted that. I'm fine. So she comes up and starts giving me all this unsolicited advice about how if you eat this, if you do this, this person and her family lived to be 100 and 102 and whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm just like, she caught me while I was getting my coffee. So we were standing up. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I feel so dizzy right now. I'm about to pass out. I need to sit down. And I had to think about it, and I didn't feel like engaging the conversation about how I know how to take care of my health. Oh, this is what I do. And so I was just like, girl. And then I was just like, you know what? The cup is still full. I had two sips. The coffee had enough time to kick in yet? Has it? I don't think it has. So I just had to be like, um, listen, if you wanna, I need to sit down. And I need to have my coffee. These are two absolutes because you're coming at me too hard, too fast. Like, I feel like I'm being attacked right now, like literally. And I know your intent is to help, but when you start telling people what they should do in life because it's what you do, I'm like, that doesn't resonate. That don't come off the way you think it's coming off all the time. I had to learn that the hard way. Like when you say, well, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. She was like, you should be eating vegetables and fruit before you eat your big meals and stuff like that. And like, I'm just like, I was feeling like, anxious, like I'm just like, but I had coffee in my hands, makeup on my face. So I was just like, girl, think fast. Uh, get out of this. I'm like, cause I started trying to walk away and, she wasn't getting it. She would stop, as I was walking and she would keep talking. And I'm like trying to be respectful because I look young. I'm 48, but people don't know that off the bat. So whatever. But anyway, um, I was finally able to go sit down, but that's what my affirmation was about, that it's okay for me to say no to things that make me feel anxious. And she was definitely making me feel anxious. So I was like, we got to cut this out right now, right this second. But yeah, anyway, that was my week. We are finished on time. If you like this spread, this layout for this week, I'm stop screen sharing. I didn't bring up a photo, but so you can click on my QR code. I definitely am going to attempt to put some more freebies on my Discord. That's what that QR code leads to. So that you guys, I'm going to do some stuff this week. We're going to write it in and find out what it's going to be. And then I'll let you know next Friday what I did. How about that? Anyway, because I want to get more involved with, you know, I like creating stickers. It's a hobby, but it's also a side business, which I really needed to be a side business, but it's fun. Um, Life is coming together, y'all. Listen, love being in the innovation class talking about the business. It's we me listen. Yeah, okay, so I have to figure out if I'm gonna want to work on a team. He's like, you can work by yourself, you can choose your team, or I'm gonna assign you a team. And I was like, oh Lord, if I allow him to assign me a team, I'm gonna be stuck with the old boy. So I have one friend in the class that I've known for some years now. He and I are founders of one of the organizations that we started on campus. So I'm aware. I mean, he and I are cool, but I have time next week to focus on some actual what is going on in my life aside from what I'm doing, outside of planning this digital. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know. It's rest day. Today is a rest day. My one of my career advisors emailed me about having to go to the orientation for the mentor program. My mentor already agreed to be my mentor again. I told her that. She was like, you have to go through the orientation so that I can assign you a mentor. I was like, damn well, my mentor, um, I told you my mentor said she wanted to work with me again. She gave me this key. This key, let me see if I can put it up close enough for you to see. What does that say? It says believe. Don't know if it's blurry or not, but let me show you. Um, I'm gonna mirror the screen. I'll put it back to the beginning first. Let me show you what I wrote at the beginning of the year. That I was gonna believe in myself, in love, and in all good things. And I've been living up to that for the whole year, and she's like, I'm not going to even worry about how it's going to turn out. If she ends up pairing me, she'll get in trouble for that shit. She'll get a scolding. No one gets in trouble, not really. But whatever. Anyway, she scheduled a meeting for 11 o'clock this morning, or an orientation for 11 o'clock this morning, or one for 1 p.m. on Monday. So I'm like, I'll take the one on Monday because we know what we do at 11 a.m. on Friday. PST, we are here recording our live digital planning. And with that, I am going to end everything. I really do hope that you enjoyed this session. I try to keep it moving so that I can talk and work at the same time. Multitasking is a thing. I'm not always great at it, but I do my best every single time. So, with that being said, let us stop our recording. Make sure that you at least find one time, at least just once, to be the light, the love, the laughter, and the levity in someone else's day. It'll make you feel good too. With that, I will see you next week. Bye, y'all. Oh, I'm done. I click no. Every week is something new. Every week.